Hi there. In this video, we're going to learn what a layer mask is and how to create it. It's super simple. Basically, it's this black and white thing that goes over top of an image. And the cool thing about it, it allows you to do cool stuff like this, where I can move my image within the mask. I can disable the mask. So it's really like copying and pasting, but I have a few extra professional controls at my disposal. Let's learn how to do that now in Photoshop. Okay, so it's time to go back in time a little bit. We worked on a project. Okay, it is in your exercise files under 05 selections and masking. And it was way back here where we took marquee tool 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm going to open up both of these. And before we used our selection tool, which was really cool. Okay, we used the rectangle marquee tool and we'll hold down shift and I got a nice big circle. Moved in the right place, and then I copied and pasted. Now from now on, you're never allowed to copy and paste. Okay, we have to use something called a layer mask, and they're pretty easy to implement. So any sort of selection, you can use the quick selection tool, the magic wand tool, or in our case, the ellipse marquee tool. Okay, and instead of hitting copy, down here, it's this little icon here. Okay, so click on that, and nothing really much changes. It kind of removes the background, but look at the layer structure over here. Can you see the actual image is fine? What's happening is there's a mask over the top, and you can see the black parts hide the background, and the white hole in the middle shows us the image through. So there's a couple of perks for this. So we're going to use our move tool, click, hold, and drag the center of it up to our tab. Wait, come down. There we go. So why is it cool? Okay, I'm going to transform this. Remember, Command T on a Mac, Control T on a PC. Okay, and I'm just going to scale it down to get it to where I want. So nothing much is different, okay, from where we did it with just copying and pasting. What ends up happening is, once I get it the right shape, get it into the spot, hit return to get rid of my transform. What's really nice about it is a couple of things. You can unlink, watch this, see this little chain link here? So it means the image and the mask are actually separate. And you can tell that which one you're working on. Can you see the kind of dotted white line that appears when I click on them? So I want to work on the image. Okay, watch this. I grab my move tool. I can move this around within my mask. To get it more aligned, I can work on the mask separately. Okay, so with the mask layer selected, I can move the mask around. Okay, it's not what I want to do. I'm going to undo. And I'm going to link them back together by clicking that just kind of empty area where the link icon was. So it gets better. So we've done that change. And what we can do is with the mask selected, okay, you'll notice that our properties panel adjusts. And the easiest one to start with is this feather. So watch this. If I crank up the feather really high, can you see over here, it's kind of feathering the edge of my mask? Whereas before, when we used the ellipse marquee tool, a really kind of sharp edge, whereas now I've got a little bit more play here. And I'm just going to kind of, I don't want it to be super feathery, okay, but just a little bit more in tune with the rest of the image. So it's the same basic principles as we've learned, except we click on this button here, and it gives us a few extra options. Let's double back to, let's look at the quick selection tool. So I'm going to grab quick select 1 and 2. Do the exact same thing as we did before. Quick selection tool, grab my shoes, I'm going to make my brush a little bigger. Okay, I'm going to drag across them all, drag across them all, drag across them all. It's pretty good. It's missed a little bit of white there. There was a little bit over here too from last time. Cool. Instead of copying and pasting, all we do is click this button. Same net result, but I can grab my move tool, click, hold, and drag them over to this tab. Okay, let them go in here, and the same rules apply here. I can maybe feather this a little bit. Okay, and as we go through this particular video series where we've got layer mask, we're going to dive into some of the extra special bits where we can tidy up the edges in here using something called select and mask. So that, my friends, is a layer mask. That is considered non-destructive editing, and it would be something that I considered absolutely essential for a professional person in Photoshop. It means that I can do a really quick mask for, say, a client, just to get the, maybe it's for my creative director, and I just want to say, hey, what do you think of this thing real quick? I haven't done a perfect mask, but it's just a super quick one. Then you can go back into later on, and you can do things like right-clicking it and disabling the mask to show the background, okay? Or you can right-click it and enable it. Okay, I can also go back and refine it, maybe playing with feather, and in a future video, we'll look at select and mask. All right, so let's go now and look at some slightly more advanced layer masks.